Good morning, students. Today I am here with the topic Modal auxiliaries and finite and non-finite verbs. As we have studied before in this particular chapter about incomplete verbs and complements, direct and indirect objects, and how to identify transitive and intransitive verbs. So today we'll focus on modal auxiliaries. Let's know what are modal auxiliaries. Auxiliary verbs can be known as helping verbs. They help the main verb to denote the actions of the subject. They help in making compound sentences. They help in making tenses of main verb, negative statements, questions, and passive voice statements. If we talk about auxiliary verbs, there are 14 auxiliary verbs. They are be, have, will, would, can, could, may, might, shall, should, ought to, used to, must, and do. But out of these 14 auxiliary verbs, 3 are special. Now, which 3 are special? Let's see. Be, have, and do are also known as primary auxiliary verbs. They are special as they can be used both as an auxiliary verb or helping verb and as a main verb. Let's see the example. She is decorating her room. Now here is auxiliary verb, decorating is main verb. But in the another sentence, she is happy. Here is used as a main verb. Let's take another example. I have completed my work. Here have is auxiliary and completed is main verb. I have a beautiful watch. Now here have is used as a main verb. You can make some new examples by your own. Modal auxiliary verbs. All auxiliary verbs with the exception of be, have, and do are called modal auxiliary verbs. The word modal came from mood. Why? Because they do not just complete the meaning of the sentence or help main verb to complete the meaning of the sentence, but also they express ideas and our mental status or the moods. How? Because they also express possibility, ability, permission, obligation, suggestion, or polite request. Many times you might have used the words like can, may, could, would, must, should. So what are these? These are modals, and you should remember always modals have only one form. They are never used alone except in question takes. Means like main verbs have their 3 forms: present, past, and past participle. But modals cannot have their other forms. They have only one form. If we talk about the examples, if I say, may I come in? Can you help me? Could you give me a glass of water, please? So what are these? May, can, could. They are modal auxiliaries and they are used here for showing our ability or for request or for permission. Let's take some more examples. Examples and uses for modals. Can and could. Can is usually used for showing the ability or sometimes for taking permission or polite request. She can read Spanish language for the ability. Can you return my books? Now here you are making an interrogative sentence with the help of can. Could you bring me a glass of water? Could you open the door, please? Polite request. May. She may have caught a fever in the night. Possibility. May I come into the classroom? taking permission. It might have done damage inside. Either situation might be the case. If we talk about the next category, will and would, you will remember our whole life. John will play football tomorrow for the future reference. Would you like to have some coffee? A polite request. Would you open the door, please? Shall and should. Next year I shall buy a new car. Today I shall watch a movie. It's a kind of future referring. Should. Advise. You should attend the class more regularly. We should drink a lot of water. Must. Emphasizing on the advice. We must attend his marriage. You must not spit in this zone. We ought to love our youngers and you ought clean up your room. Now ought is used here to remind our duties. Next topic today we want to discuss here, that is finite and non-finite verbs. Finite verbs form show tense, person and number. Means they can be used in different tenses or three forms. I go, she goes, or we went. She was waiting in the room before he came in. Does your brother know my brother? So here does, was waiting and came are three different forms of main verb. They are known as finite verbs. Let's know more about non-finite verbs. The forms of the verb which do not show tense, person or number. Typically they are infinitive forms or the gerund form or the participle form. Means here these verbs will not tell us about the tense of the sentence. She tiptoed round the house so as not to wake anyone. You need to paint the whole cupboard starting from the bottom. Now, for the non-finite verb, if we talk about the infinitives, the structure for it is very simple. You need to write first form of the verb with to. To praise, to dance, to walk. If we talk about gerunds, first form of the verb with ing, singing, talking and reciting. If I say my hobby is swimming, so here swimming is used as gerund. Or if I say swimming is my hobby, then also it is as gerund. So they can be used at subject position or object position anywhere. Blooming is natural. If we talk about participles, verb plus ing, and they are used usually with adjectives like smiling babies, buzzing bees and ringing bells. Some more example we will see. Finite verb, as I have told you that they represent tenses. So she was varnishing the painted fence, past. Rachel is happy, present, and Sheena wrote a speech, past. Non-finite verb, she worked hard to pass the test. To pass is non-finite and worked is finite. Your duty is to follow the rules. To follow is non-finite. Infinitives. Students were asked to submit their assignments till Friday. To submit is non-finite and were asked is finite. Listening songs is my favorite time pass. Listening songs. Listening is here as non-finite gerund. I hope you understand. Thank you.